using nested loop we can create this type of problem. So today's our problem statement is this. We have to create this type of structure. Now if you check this structure, in first line we have created 1, then second line 1 and 2, then third line 1 2 3 and so on. Today we will learn nested loop in Java. So first we have to understand what is nested loop. So before coming to this statement, let's understand this syntax. So here you can see the yellow one is my main for loop, where for loop start here and end here, and under that in blue color I have created another for loop statement. So one for loop statement under another for loop statement. This type of concept or this type of loop is called nested loop. So you can see here the statement, a loop statement inside another loop statement is called nested loop. Now coming to the problem statement. So using nested loop we can create this type of problem. So today's our problem statement is this. We have to create this type of structure. Now if you check this structure, in first line we have created 1, then second line 1 and 2, then third line 1 2 3 and so on. So user will enter a n value, that is nothing but our line number, how many line they want to print, and based on that we have to create this one. So you can check here, the first line it will print 1, in second line it will print 1 and 2, means 2 digit or 2 number, then third line 3 number, and all are in sequence. So our main loop, that is basically how many line, and our nested loop or inner loop is basically how many number we have to print in a line. So now if you check that one in this flow, so you can see here this is our main for loop. This is our main for loop where the condition I less than equal to n, and under it we have created another for loop where we have created j less than equal to I. So this is basically another for loop. So under a for loop we have created another for loop to solve this type of problem. Now let's check with some value in Excel, then we can understand easily how it is executing. Okay, now if you check in this Excel, let's say user enter n as 4. Okay, now our I is start with 1. Okay, that's mean for first iterations I is 1. Now this is my for loop and it will check I less than equal to n, that's mean 1 less than equal to 4, 1 less than equal to 4, I is 1 and n is 4. So for this condition it will check 1 less than equal to 4, yes, so it will go here and it will set j is equal to 1. So in this iteration j will be set as 1. Now once j is 1, so it will now check the inner loop, that is basically j less than equal to I. So j is 1 and I is 1, so it will check 1 less than equal to I, so it is yes. So that's mean it will go here and print j. So what is j value? J value is 1, so it will print j as 1. Now once j is printed, it will increment j value with 1. Now j is equal to j plus 1, that is basically 2. Now it will go here and check is 2 less than I means 1, so is 2 less than equal to 1? No, so it will go for this no part and go for the next line. Next line means this is my next line, and once this next line it go, then it will increment I value as I plus 1. So previously I is 1, now I will be increment by 1, that is basically 2. Now once I is 2, it will check is 2 less than equal to n mean 4. So 2 less than equal to 4, yes, it will go here and again it will set j as 1. Now once j as 1, it will go here and check is 1 means j means 1, 1 less than equal to I means 2. So here you can see in my next iterations I am checking j less than equal to 2. So yes, j less than equal to 2, so it will print j value. So what is j value? J value is 1, so in next line it will print j value, that is basically 1. Now it will increment j value with plus 1. So now j is j plus 1, that is nothing but 2, and it will go here and check 2 less than equal to I means 2. So yes, 2 less than equal to 2, so that's mean when my j is 2, so that time it will again print j. So what is now j? J is basically 2. Now in my second main iterations, now j, based on the j and I value, it will, you can see here, execute two number 1 and 2. Now once j is set as 2 and printing here, again j will be increment by 1. Now j is j plus 1, that's mean 2 plus 1 3. It will go here and check 3 less than equal to I means 2. So no, 3 less than equal to 2 it is not, and then it will go here and go for the next line. So next line means this is my next line, and it will increment I value as I plus 1. So what is I plus 1? I plus 1 means previously it was 2, now I plus 1, that is nothing but it is 3. Now once I is 3, it will go for the main loop and check is 3 less than equal to n is 4. So yes, 3 less than 4, it will go here and again set j is equal to 1, and then check j less than equal to I. So j is 1, I is 3, so 1 less than equal to 3, yes, it will print j. So what is my j value is 1. So in my third line it will again print 1, and once it's print 1, it will increment j, that is basically j plus 1. J plus 1 means previously j is 1, then j plus 1, that is basically 2. Now once it is 2, it will go here and check 2 less than equal to I is 3, yes, 2 less than equal to 3, it will again go, and for this j2, when j is 2, in the second iterations of inner loop, it will print j value as 2. Now once j value is printed here, it will again increment j with j plus 1. Now j is 3. So once j is 3, it will, then let me set is j is 3. So it will go here and check 3 less than equal to I means 3. So yes, 3 less than equal to 3. Now it will go here again print j. So what is in j value? J value is set 3. So now it will print j value as 3 in third line, and then it will increment j value with 1. So now j is 3 plus 1 4. It will go here and check 4 less than equal to I is 3. So 4 less than equal to 3, no, it will go no part and go for the next line, and in next line it will increment I value with 1. So previously it was 3, now 3 plus 1, that is nothing but 4, and it will go here and check 4 less than equal to n means 4, yes, 4 less than equal to 4. So it will again go for this yes path and check j is equal to 1 or set j is equal to 1. So on my fourth line, for my fourth line j is 1, and next it will check j less than I. So I means 4, j less than I, yes, then it will print j value. So j is now 1, then it will increment j again with 1, that is mean j is 2. So it will go here 2 less than I means 4, yes, so that's mean it will again print this j, so that is basically 2. Now it will increment j as 3. It will go here and check 3 less than I means 4, yes, 3 less than 4. So again it will print this j, that is nothing but 3. Then it will increment j value 3 plus 1, that is basically 4. So in my fourth iteration it will again set j as 4, and it will check is 4 less than I means 4. So yes, 4 less than equal to 4. So it will again print j. What is j? J is 4, and then it will increment j as a 4 plus 1. So previously we set is 4, now 4 plus 1 is 5. It will go here and check 5 less than equal to I means 4, no. So it will go here and set the next line. So it will come to the next line. Print next line means we are just setting the next line, but we will not set or put any value. So it will just go for the next line, and it will increment I value. Now I is 5. Now I is 5, and if I is 5, it will go here for the main loop and check 5 less than equal to n is 4, no. Then it will just exit from this loop and stop the program. Now you can see here the program basically for first iterations it will iterate in a inner loop 1 and print 1. In second iteration it will iterate inner loop 2 time and print 1 and 2. For third iterations it will again iterate the inner loop 3 time and it will print 1 2 3. Fourth iteration the inner loop again iterate fourth time and print 1 2 3 4. That's way if user put any value of n, let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 or 100, so based on this condition it will automatically print this sequence or this structure, and finally we will get the structure like this. Now let's check that and implement that in Eclipse. So I have already opened my Eclipse, and I have already created a nested loop example-1 class under a new package com.demo.nested loop. Now if I double click here, so you will get a wider view, and here I have do some new thing, that is basically commenting my class. that what is our aim. So our aim is to create this type of structure, right? Now this is my main method, and to make my program or this video is shorter, so I have already created a n variable and also the scanner class instance, and I have taken the input under this n variable using scanner class. Now we will go for the exact nested for loop logic. So if you check this example, so here we have to first create a for loop that is basically I less than n conditions, and I will be start with 1. So let's first create a for loop. So this is my for loop where I start 1, I less than equal to n, and I plus plus. Now my for loop start here and end here. So this is my outside for loop, okay, or main for loop. Now if you go to the flowchart again, so under that I have to create another for loop which will be basically j with 1 and j less than I. Listen this very carefully, that j less than equal to I is the condition. Previously that is basically less than equal to n. Now we are iterating the inner loop based on each line. So if it's a first line, we have to print 1 number. If it's a second line, then 2 number. If it's a third line, 3 numbers. So that's why j less than equal to I. Now let's create another for loop under the main for loop where j will be start with 1 and condition j less than equal to I. Now here this is my nested for loop where j is equal to 1, j less than equal to I, and j plus plus, and my inner for loop start here and end here. Now in this flowchart our next statement is that we have to print the j value. So create a system.out print statement with j value. Why it's a print not println? Because if you check here, each line we are trying to print the number just one after another, right? So 1, then 2, then 3. So that's why we are using print instead of println. Now if you want to give some space after each number, so you can just use plus, then under a double quote, single space or double space. Okay, now save this using Control S. Now if you go to the flow again, then check that once this is done, just outside the inner loop we have to create a next line. So this is my inner loop, and this inner loop start here and end here, and just outside the inner loop we simply create a system.out.println statement without any message. Okay, so that's mean it will automatically go for the next line. So if you now check this one, our total program is done. First we create a for loop, outer for loop with I is equal to 1, I less than equal to n, then inner for loop j is equal to 1 and j less than equal to I. So j is equal to 1, j less than equal to I, and under this inner loop we are just trying to print j value. So we print the j value, and as we need a space between two numbers, so that's why I have given a space here. And finally once this inner loop exit, then we will try to create a println statements for the next line. So just you can check outside the inner loop I have created a println statement without any message, and finally our loop concept or loop logic is done in Eclipse. Now if you save it using Control S and double click here, and let's try to do the same example that is basically for n value 4. So let's run this program. Just click on this run button, then system will ask enter how many line you want to print. So let's say I want to print 4 line. If I enter here, so you will get the result. You can see first one, then 1 2, then 1 2 3, then 1 2 3 4. Now run it again for, let's say user want 10 line. So just 10 line, and if I click here, so you will get a value like this. So if you check this, so you can get the same print statement like 1, then 1 2, then 1 2 3, and finally in 10th line we are getting 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So this way we can create a loop inside a loop, that is basically called a nested loop, and using the nested loop we can easily solve this type of examples.
I believe this video has helped you to understand about the topic. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, click on the bell notifications and select all so that you don't miss any video from this channel.